Morning. I'm going to start calling myself the rainmaker. It's been 38 yesterday. It was been 33 to 36 a couple of other days. So I come down here early, nice and cool, and the rain is gently falling on me, which is lovely. It really needs it. I'm going to just go down and see what's wilted. I'm such an amateur at this. Didn't bring a coat, forgot to change my shoes. These ones aren't waterproof, like they're old, so the soles just soak up all the water. And I have done my trick of bringing the rain to the allotment in the middle of the heat wave. It's a skill I have. I am going to have a look around. I'm not going to worry too much about getting wet, though if my feet get wet I am going to get annoyed because I should have changed my shoes. I'm going to have a look around, see what survived the heat wave. Yesterday was 38 degrees. It's disgusting. And we had, a couple of nights ago, we had a really windy storm. But I'm happy to see my brassica cage, also known as mosquito net, is still up. So we'll have a look around. So I'm just looking through the grow house plastic to have a look. We'll have a look around in the rain and we'll see what needs doing. Actually start in the grow house. This is my tomato. I need to tie that in, so that's a job for in a minute. I've just given them and the aubergines a bit of water. The aubergines are romping around way down there. These have all still got water in, so I won't worry about those at the moment. I can pop some more in later. I've got a couple of peppers. There's one there, one which is already got a hole in it back there. That's, I think, a lemon drop citrus chilli. There we go. Another one there. That's really grown quickly. Look at these tiny plants and you think, how can they sustain a fruit so large? It's got another one there on the other side. Can you see that? There. Flower on this one here. A couple more flowers about to come, so we might get some more, which would be nice. Oh, and actually on the one at the back, some more flowers as well. So we might get some more peppers and chilies. That's the last marigold I've got left in here. The others I've put out, and I'll tell you about the other marigolds in a minute, but I'm really glad I did repot them. And down here, kale and April cabbage. You can see the April cabbage there, not looking too happy. The kale, however, is looking all right. So that's something. We might not have cabbage, but we will have kale. I'm not great at cabbage, it seems. Now, I thought I had lost all these because the snails went for these before anything else, but these are actually my Minnesota midget melons. And you know what, it might be too late for them, but look, they're trying. They're trying. They're going to give me some flowers. And there were a couple more I discovered that I've popped out actually. They are about the same size, so it's probably a bit late for them really, but you never know, we might get a long summer. Yeah, so I'm glad we've got them, and the snails didn't completely kill them. They at least left the stalks to regrow. More peppers. I think these were just like a sweet pepper mixture. Nothing fancy, just one of those seeds you get in magazines. And then we've got more flower buds up there. And in here is my celeriac, which I'll be putting out soon, I think. And you'll notice there isn't as much left in here now. I have had a good clear out and I've put some of the things out, and I will show you where. Now, I normally do a tour in order because I normally walk around in order and think, oh, what do I need to do? But I'm going to show you the newest things I've done first, and this behind me is one of them. So these are my brassicas that I took out of the grow house. At this end we've got the swede, which have been out for a while, Helena swede, and these are mostly broccoli with one poor dying Brussels down the end. I'm obviously not destined to grow Brussels from seed. Now these were looking really healthy, and then I went back to them and I found 4 snails in my grow house, and they had obviously been chomping on them. So I've got them out and I'm hoping they'll make a recovery. Got slug trap bottles there so the slugs can have a drink and go happy, and obviously it's covered from the birds. Now this mosquito net I saw on Tony C. Smith's channel, and if you haven't subscribed to him, I don't know why, because he is the most energetic, happy, experimental gardener out there, and he's just so much fun. So his channel is just, it's worth watching. He's just puts some joy into gardening, perhaps when you can't find it yourself, you know, when everything seems to be going wrong or the weather's not going your way. So he had these mosquito nets, and he put tennis balls on the end of his poles, but being a bit cheaper I've put bottles, and it seemed to work for him. So £7 off eBay, I thought I'll give it a go, and it stood up to the winds the other night. I mean, the poles have obviously gone a bit wonky, but it's still standing, so I'm impressed. Seems to secure okay. I've got a bit of wood down there, and these dahlias I thought were dead actually, weighing down the net on the other side. So we'll see how it goes. And you may remember last time you were here there actually were potatoes in this bed. So I've now dug up all my first early, which were in this bed where the carrots and beetroot that we'll look at in a minute were, and here. And this is my celery, which obviously is not a big fan of dry weather, and I should have got here to water it, but it was so hot. Just no one wanted to do anything. It was just disgustingly hot weather. So I've put my celery here, and the 3 lettuce that I have left, well actually it looks like there's a few more there. I think one of them was bunched together. And I've put them here. And this was also a potato bed, so that's gone. And this net I had over my cabbages until they got too big. And I won't keep it on there forever, but I just thought it gives them a bit of protection while they settle in. And again, more slug beer traps, so they can go happy. I don't feel too bad about that. I have moved my shallots. I did dig them up, got a nice lot of shallots, got out some of the red onions as well before they went to seed, because they were starting to look a bit questionable. And these are the aubergines that I said last time that I was going to put outside to see the difference between inside and outside aubergines. It's the same seed, sown at the same time. I actually found 3 rather than 2, but what's interesting, in the time that I've put them outside, they've given me these, and I don't think, I'm guessing that's a flower bud, that's on the inside one. I'll go and check in a minute. And obviously my random tomato plants, because there were random tomatoes everywhere. I also got my strawberries out of, they were in that weedy corner over there. I just couldn't see them. There's actually a couple of oak trees growing there, believe it or not. This is the random oak tree, and so I try not to tread on the crickets. Random oak tree and tomato plot everywhere. So I put my strawberries here just so I could really see what I have. I mean, this one at the end is hopefully going to give us a couple of strawberries. That one looks like it's got some growing there as well. But I thought I can see what I got because I want to do a proper strawberry bed down the other end at some point. Random squash plant as well. It's got a flower on it. And sorry, I'm so worried I'm going to tread on frogs. Let's go down here. Let's check on our carrot and beetroot, see how they're doing. Oh, I've got my horse tail. It's doing so well. Wow, they really do romp ahead. It's interesting because, like, obviously I sowed some indoors when the weather wasn't so warm, probably end of spring, beginning of summer, and they never grow as quickly as these. Look at those, romping away. did have a few carrots. Everyone knows this year carrots just seem to be a real pain to germinate at the moment. Oh, there's one carrot. Oh no, there's a couple. Do you know what? That carrot shouldn't even be there. That's where I planted my spring onions, but that's a carrot. I was so careful. I've no idea how he got there. These are my spring onions that are in my protective circle around the carrots, just trying to deter those carrot root fly. More random tomatoes, and those are Valor potatoes. They'll probably be the next ones out, because those Valor look like they're dying back now. And these are Cara, they're looking alright. This is Kestrel here down the middle. There, those are Kestrel. They look like they need to come out. And these are my King Eds. Starting to turn yellow. Oh, I'm going to be digging out potatoes like crazy, aren't I? The good thing is though, when you dig out the potatoes, it does give you a chance just to neaten up the beds and put something else in, or I'm probably going to cover some so I don't have to have the weed infestation I've had this year. Oh, I wish I had more carrots popping up there, but you know what, it's been so dry and they need to stay moist. So oh, the other thing I was going to say, if you've seen my Instagram, you'll know that in this bed and this bed I found ant nests, like red ants, which have been my mortal enemy since childhood. And they had eggs, so when I found the eggs I just kind of dug another patch and thought, give them time to remove the eggs. They didn't, they just left them there. I was like, oh, come on ants, I'm trying to be kind here. I'm not a fan of ants, red ants in particular, because they're bitey little toe rags. But if you were watching Beechgrove last night on BBC Scotland, which is something that was going around Facebook, everyone's like, watch Beechgrove because we need to get the ratings up. And actually now there's like digital TV and everything you can watch. Hold on, I'm going to take you. I'm waffling away there and you can't see me, you just see a load of plants, so it probably is quite boring. So I was going to say about Beechgrove, there was a thing going around a lot of the Facebook groups and that stuff about watch Beechgrove because they need to get the ratings up. And I'd never watched it before because well, I suppose you don't think of watching like another region's channel, but now you can. And I actually put on BBC Scotland before it started and I was like, oh, this is a really good channel, I like this. I used to live in Scotland and I do miss it. And so I was watching Beechgrove and I think I did fall asleep because it was so hot before the end. It kept playing on the iPad though. And one of the chaps on there said, ant problems, get black peppermint oil, essential oil, 2 to 3 drops in some water and then water your beds, and they don't like it and they go. So I'm going to try that. And he did say black peppermint, which is a shame because I think I've got some normal peppermint oil, but I'll find some black peppermint. And I'm going to tell Amy as well, plots up that way on the other site, because she's got the same problem. She had ants in her potatoes, and I had where my international kidney were down there, one of them was always stunted and I never knew why, and I was like, that's not a healthy plant. But when I was digging up the rest of them, I dug up that one and the ant's nest was smack underneath it. So literally had the seed potato had grown one more, they were both completely green and nothing else, bit of leaf on the top. So yeah, ants and potatoes don't really mix. So I am going to get some black peppermint oil, and I don't want to kill them, I just want to tell them to go somewhere else. So that seems like a good option. So Beechgrove, BBC Scotland, Thursdays 8 o'clock as far as I know. So I will definitely be watching again. So do tune in because it has a bit more on vegetables than Gardener's World. Gardener's World, like when he plants a £75 snowdrop or something, you're like, we're living in a different world, Monty. Whereas Beechgrove, it's like, you know, more cucumbers and tomatoes, a bit more for your average gardener. Right, let's carry on having a look, seeing what's on. Now this always needs weeding. This horsetail and carrot all mixed in. And you know what? The last time I was here, there was no horsetail, and look at it now, it's full of it. My onions need to come out as well, and because they're red onions, you know they're going to go to seed like that one has. That's a really beautiful flower though, bees loved it. You know they're going to go to seed quicker than the other ones, so I'm probably going to have to get those out. I'll leave the ones that are standing with seed for the bees. I like that. A couple of random flowers that I planted down the end. And looks like I put a nasturtium seed in there as well. So there's a spotty dotty or something, I think it was. Nasturtium growing up there. And if we come around here, we can see, look, follow the sky. Oh, look, that's new. Hey, that doesn't quite look like the other ones. That looks, I don't know, it must be Musky de Provence, I guess. I think it was one of my plants. Don't think it was one my parents gave me. Oh, that's jolly nice anyway. That plant is actually all the way back there. Now, I don't know if you've seen something else. I've seen quite a few vegan groups this week actually, is courgette stems. And people have been eating courgette stems. It's like a pasta. Cut it into a penne shape, boil for 15 minutes, and apparently it's not bad. I don't know if I'm brave enough to try that though. Oh gosh, this has all got overgrown. Look at this. So, oh yeah, we've got Pepper. Now this one doesn't look great. I don't know what went wrong with him, but he's got a brother or a sister behind. He's looking a bit healthier. There we go. So that's my Pepper. Oh, more nasturtiums. We did randomly pop some in here. Again, I probably planted those too late. Same mistake I made last year. So this is the kingdom of tomatoes. Oh, my runner bean has grown. This is a problem. You come and have a look and you get distracted by everything. Look. There's my runner bean. I might even pick him today because he's not a bad size. And some more marge too as well. That's always good. Right. If I can just draw my attention back here. These are my not marijuana plants, my cleomes. Aren't they beautiful? They were actually a bit pinker when they were budding out, and they've got this lovely pale pink now. They are lovely. They grew really quickly. Oh no, look. He's trying to take over the path again. Mate, I've told you. Got to stick to our land. Ooh, he's knotted himself in the grass. Let's rip the grass rather than his tendrils. Oh, you are desperate. Oh, I don't suppose my neighbour will mind. He is very nice on this side. He's trying to take over. And there's another fruit down there. I'm going to have to look in my notebook and find out what that is. And I did bring my notebook today. Are you impressed with me? It's the first time in ages. This is the kingdom of squash. Yeah. No wonder the frogs like it in there. Look at that. Unfortunately, it does mean I can't get to my beans very easily. All these are lessons for next year. I'm learning. And also next year I aim to be more prepared. And I'm not going to get flu in February and March and be out of it. Because that really set me back. I couldn't do anything. You look like a weed. You are a weed. You try and grow everywhere. And you're really hard to get out. Get you. It's trying to be a broad bean there, it's pretending, but it's not. Yeah, what it is, it seems to be growing everywhere. Grows in the carrots and the potatoes. Well, sorry mate, I'm wise to you. Oh look, I've got a pea. Oh, it's so exciting the first time you see something. Look, pea. Whoa, I can't remember what type of pea that is. There is a label down there somewhere. And there's another one. Where is it? There. Look, growing. Isn't that exciting? One more marge too. Oh, I haven't got the right shoes on to try and get to those. Broad beans. I was expecting them to have done a bit more by now. They are not looking good. Look at that. What's going on with those? They are not looking happy, and I have no idea why. They were looking so healthy. Here we go, it's all my tomatoes. Now, my tomatoes, apart from one plant, are all outside, and that's just through necessity because I don't have that indoor space. But also, I want to grow them outside. I've got the space outside, so I want them to be varieties that will grow outside. And I figure if I do keep my own seed, they'll hopefully be a bit more robust. Although they might be cross-pollinated, so I might have some mutants. I don't mind mutants. Oh, look at those, aren't they beautiful? Oh, those little baby tomatoes there. They're lovely. And lots more flowers as well, which is really lovely to see. So lots more tomatoes to be growing as well. Haven't had any red ones yet, but we've got green ones. There we go. Oh, it looks like I need to move this now, because the wind's not going to be getting to the windmill there. Oh, here comes the rain again. Because the tomatoes are growing so big, so let's pop you here. There we go. There we go, a few more tomatoes. Obviously the beans and peas. Some of the sweet corn's getting bigger. I still seem to be behind everyone else, but I was a bit late planting it to when I wanted to. And look, that's looking a bit yellow, that one. Maybe it's competing. More tomatoes. Look, they're so cute. I think these are my bush ones. I think these are my Oh my gosh, I've got to pick that. Look at that courgette. He's coming home today, and I've just noticed that I'm guessing is a squash, a Musketeer de Provence that didn't get pollinated. So that's gone. Because these squash plants are all kind of growing over each other now. I thought I gave them loads of room. I didn't really. Oh my gosh. Look at you. Wow. That's massive. I planted a melon there. Surely that's not a melon. Where is this? That's the problem, trying to find where the stalk's coming from. No, that's a Musketeer de Provence. That's coming from a Musketeer de Provence plant. Wow. There is a melon down here somewhere. Ah, is that the melon? I think that might be the melon. No, do you know what? That's coming from the Musketeer de Provence as well. That's the melon plant in there, poor little thing. There we go, and there was, oh my gosh, how much do these guys grow in a week? Look at that, it's huge. That is the size of a football, a flattish football. That's incredible. Absolutely amazing. I think this is courgette. This is cucumber down here, so we have had a cucumber off it. I'm hoping to get some more. It was really nice. And that was the cucumber I only found because my son was poking around, and I was like, leave the plant alone, leave the plant alone. Oh, cucumber, thank you, darling. Not doing much tomato, not doing much courgette. Did have one off that, but it hasn't done much since, but it's got a few on there now. I'm getting wet, but do you know what? It's been so hot, who cares? More tomato plants. Again, sorry if the focus goes crazy. You know, the rain likes to hit the screen and change the focus. These ones are still not right. Amy's mystery tomato. Okay, I know what you're saying. Clear some of the foliage to get the sun in there. Okay, will do. When it's not pouring with rain. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's coming home as well. That's the length of my arm, that one. Wow, courgette for dinner. We were going to have pizza, homemade pizza. Not sure courgette really goes on pizza. I did try it. And that's one of the random Minnesota midget melons I found in the grow house. I don't like composting them. I know it might be too late for them, but do you know what? I'm going to give them a chance. Okay, let's go over here. So, much eaten greyhound cabbage, white onions, couple of red onions. Whites aren't quite ready to come out yet, so they can stay there a bit longer. And these are the marigolds I repotted. So what I did, there were 2 marigolds, and I took them out, put them in this pot that I bought from some random garden centre. And when I did it, I found lots, I think it was snail eggs, because obviously it was snails we had in there. Oh, have a look at Mr. B. Hello, Mr. B. Yeah, there were snail eggs actually in the pot.
and kind of freaked me out, so I flicked them on the path to leave for the birds. This plant where the bee is from Middleton House Gardens in Enfield, which is lovely. Not a huge place, really nice gardens. It's the home of E.A. Bowles, who was a self-taught gardener and botanist. And he's got a rock garden, an alpine meadow, kitchen gardens. It's really lovely. And this is one of the plants they used as like a hedge around part of the kitchen garden. So it was around a squash, a huge squash bed. And there were no predators in there. They all looked good. And I thought, wow, I wonder if I could get that to go around some of my beds. I thought I might be able to take cuttings as well. I do have its name on the label. I can't pronounce it, so I will show you. I'm not a horticulturalist, if you haven't noticed. There you go. Sorry, hold on, let me get that focused because the rain is being a pain. There we go. And here we have got, oh look, it's a bean of some kind. Honestly, this plant is really weird. It's giving me like French beans. That's kind of more of a flat bean. And it's giving me like a pea bean thing as well. It's like, they don't, all the beans, that's more of, oh man, it's so weird. They all are kind of different. Very odd. Anyway, those are my beans. There's another bean going through the middle there. It's a bit crazy, if I'm absolutely honest. Sweet pea that, oh, is finally, these were sown ages ago, finally going to give me some flowers. That'll be nice. Thank you, sweet pea. Down here, I think that's cucumber, hiding a little chickpea there, which was just experimental. Another cucumber there, oh, which is going to hang on. That's good. And I think that one was a melon. I think that was the other Minnesota midget I found. Oh, my daughter's going to be so upset. That's her sunflower from school. It's got a bit dry. I need to put some more soil in there, actually. Look how empty that is. In fact, maybe if I find it a spot today and put it out. That is an outdoor kiwi in that pot there. There were some ladies here selling them for a charity, so I bought one of those. Worth a go. That's the beetroot, looking good. Some more peppers, nasturtiums, tomatoes, and my dill was desperate to get out of the pot, so I planted it out last time I was here, and it's much happier. Much happier. Oh gosh, those spring onions have romped on since I was last here. We're not even talking a week, really. And that's coriander going to seed, isn't it? I've never seen coriander look like that, so I'm guessing it's going to seed. So it got a bit dry. Borage. This has grown really quickly, actually. Look how lovely that is. And then, like, the most miniature tomato plant you've ever seen. Again, I have to have a look and see what that is, because I don't really know. And these are 3 plants. 2 at the back from Burston Garden Centre in St Albans. The one at the front is from Middleton House Gardens. And we're going to have our own little kind of alpine rock thing on the other end. So those plants are the first for there. There we go. The herb bed. So that's it. That's this end. I'll have a look down the other end. I did have a look on the way here. I don't think there's anything that really needs doing there. Need to sort out that sunflower, tie in some tomatoes and harvest some courgettes. So not actually a huge amount to do today. And since it's raining and I have the wrong shoes, I won't be doing an awful lot. Listen. Thunder. There might be a storm coming. The storm is getting closer. This lavender smells amazing. It's trying to free it from the weeds that have just taken over when your back's turned. Bindweed particularly. Here comes the rain again. I don't know if you heard that thunder, but it is getting a bit closer. More of this stuff. This bindweed gets everywhere. I'm gonna get wet. Wow, I can't remember what lavender it is because I got Hidcote and Munstead, one of those. And I've got lots of strawberry runners here if you come closer. There we go, all these, I'm putting most of them in pots, so I've missed a few. What are you? You're a weed. Well, you're a bit of bindweed, you can come out. Yeah, so I've put most of them in pots because obviously I want to move them. So that'll just make life a bit easier than digging them all up. Right, let's get the rest of these weeds out. My Brussels, not ones I planted from seed because obviously I don't seem to have that skill. Some from Amy and some from my parents, and you know, not looking too bad. We've had a couple of sacrificial ones, they're not looking too bad. And my flower border is looking good too. Now if you hear that thunder and the rain, I'm going to put my coat on and try and get out of the rain. So I might be back. I might run for the hills. There is more thunder. The sky is getting darker. I'm just going to try and quickly harvest everything to take home for dinner. I've got another one this size as well that I picked out in the middle of the squash patch earlier because I thought I'd never find it again. So I've got these plus another one that size and some beans, some mange tout, some whatever they are, and one runner bean. It's going to taste the best, isn't it? And I'm now going to go and get some carrots as well before the storm is upon me.
Here it comes. And the problem is, I've got so much rubbish in my shed, I can barely fit in there. I think we'd better go inside. Time to go. I've got my courgettes, my beans, some carrots. I have some snails to relocate to the park outside. Found them too close to my plants. Only one slug today. He's in the compost bin. What else have I done? Yeah, weeding. Just weeding that horsetail that keeps coming. And I've been bitten by something. I haven't been near my parsnips that close, so it's not parsnip burn, but he's stinging, so I'm going to get some cream on that when I get home. Don't worry, it's not a tick or anything, it'll be like a spider or an ant. It's a really nice day actually, it's warm, but not as warm as yesterday. And it's just really lovely. I might stay a while just watching the rain fall over the allotment. It's quite beautiful.